TV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.
Yay! Welcome back to it, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching Ekse live right here on Cape Town TV, your portal to the world of information, education, as well as entertainment. We're hectic. 9 million times than any other show this side of the equator.
Yes, of course, and guys, it is Talk Thursday with myself, Ulama, and with myself, Ulama, and I was going to say Andy Mihlali.
You can be me if you want to.
We're still joined by a panel of very lovely guests, and guys, we're talking about everything that has to do with burnt out relationships. And today's segment is Tatang family, umndeni. How do you maintain a family relationship? Because a family, you don't choose who's part of a family, it's by blood. So if things go wrong, do you let it die? Do you try fix it for the sake of bana or what do you do in that case?
And there are family members that are not in speaking terms right now. You know, it's difficult. Like brother and sister, like they're like.
Now. And I think one thing that I just wanted to mention, there's a difference between stress and a burnout, right? Because stress, it's only there for a specific amount of time, or it's attached rather to a specific goal. So once you get over stress, you move past it. But a burnout is when you have literally exhausted yourself trying to make sure that the relationship is sebenza. And I think with a family, most times, yes, I want to sit in my room. I don't want to do anything. But what do you do when it comes to the point where you're like, I can't anymore?
Abisa, has that ever happened to you with a family member, Ukomba? I can't, not anymore.
Personally, no, not on my case. And I can't speak on anyone's behalf, see. But I think if I were to experience such thing, communication is everything.
Yeah.
If you maybe, let's say, you feel offended, I think the best way is to do is sit them down and tell them, okay, no, this and this, and maybe it might happen that Mklambu was not aware. You sit down, but if, let's say, unengani kamhlambi was abantu bafani if unengani, then as much as family, but sometimes sanity yakho ibalulekile.
Sure. If family is something that you do not choose, you are born there. So, can possibility that a relationship yako, the family could be bent out?
A family, you do not choose it, really. For an example, I come from a very big family, coming from a family of 11. I'm the 11th child. So obviously, we don't have the same personalities, and we're going to have our fallouts every now and then. But the most important thing, like Kabiso said, is communication. If you sit down, talk about it, and find ways to fix it, because when you are sitting down, you are hoping to fix something. You are not sitting down because you want to argue. You are sitting down because you want to find a common ground, because at the end of the day, family will always be family. Yes, sanity is important, but you can't run away from the fact that this is your blood. This is someone that you have shared a wound with. Sometimes it is extended family, but if they are willing to sit down with you and have that conversation with you, I think it's doable.
Blessed, we know that in the black community, there's always that uncle. Oh my gosh. How do you do when it's family gatherings and there's somebody that is going to pitch up family reunion and you're not looking forward to that? How do we remedy such situations?
Okay, as a kid, I grew up, I was kind of like straight up with everything, being Shabo. So people felt like I'm too arrogant. God, I was just keeping it straight.
Yeah.
So it was easy. It's kind of like, not easy, but I find it comes out. You remember this, and that. I keep it straight up with you. So that communication part, it goes a long way. Because then it means we're not going to talk. So if I tell you, I don't want to talk to you about this, or I don't want to talk to you because 1, 2, 3 happened, and you keep on pushing, then definitely, but I'll keep it straight with you.
And Kuba, you mentioned something about when you have a conversation and you remind the person, hey, usakumbula wayenza la 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you guys think it's healthy for people to keep grudges? You know what, because one day or 2001, I'm never going to forgive you for that. How does that affect Wena personally as a person and the next person as well?
Even Chinese do that. You killed my father. 20 stupid million years. Wanga?
Yeah, Ekse, that's a tough one. But like, how do you move on? Remember, like, my moving on has nothing to do with you. My indlela yam is my journey. It's my road that I'm on to heal from what you've done. So, as much as I respect you, I'm sorry. Let me sink in. Let me absorb that I'm sorry. And with family, there are family members that you can cut off. I'm sorry. Because, as my brother said, we came into this earth together in the same avenue, or whatever you might call it, the womb. But it's this guy.
Yeah.
It's my guy. It's my heart. It's my soul that I need to keep right for me to carry on. I've got way too much things on this on these
On your
shoulders to
shoulders.
be grabbing what you're giving me, the negative vibes, bad energy.
Let's take a look at what they have to say at home. Remember, it's Ekse_Live on Twitter as well as on Instagram, on Facebook, go Ekse Live. So, how do you remedy a burned-out relationship?
Hi, B&B. Thank you so much for asking me about this topic. It's very dear to my heart, and I actually grew up with a parent who suffered for a long time with the severe burnout during my childhood in some very formative years for me. And I think that came from the toxic masculinity, the toxic expectations that society has on men. My father went through a whole lot of traumatic things before I was born with his family. And he pushed on, he pushed through it. He just kept on going. He said, I'm gonna get myself a family and be happy, have kids. So by the time that my sibling was born, and a few years later, he was very successful. Things were going great. He was starting up things. But he got completely burnt out in the process of becoming this magnificent person. He was out of it. He had 2 tasks a day. One was to pick up my brother from school. The other one was to buy a carton of milk. And he would usually forget one or the other. Other than that, he just laid in bed shaking. I don't remember any of this, but I see that as part of my own trauma. So seek help, go to therapy and talk about these things. They're so incredibly toxic to go through. I see it as rings on the water. When you throw in a pebble, you throw in a stone, the family trauma keeps on growing. It never stops. So go to therapy. Even if it's not your own burnout, stop and take a moment. And we all need to, I guess that's it. Parents, family, hereditary burnout. That's what I needed, therapy, and to be able to talk about it and not make it shameful. I would say that would be my 2 cents. I wish I could be there and talk to you, because I got way too much to say. Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you so much for your message. Like she said, go to therapy. And I know the cheapest therapy.
Really?
between 4 and 5.
Oh, of
Cape
course.
Town Television.
Of course.
Ekse
of
Live.
course, of course,
Tune
of
in
course.
right here. We've got Mona Lisa, we've got TK, we've got Mihlali, there's Lamali Moon, Sinalo Jonas, Kim Blanche, Awonge Dulaze, daily right here on Cape Town Television. Otherwise, seek professional help. I'm sure you can Google a therapist and how you can remedy those situations.
Of course. Question, should we call, okay, that's cool. So, speaking about isn't it, that has to do with the therapy in the black culture or black community rather. In one word, I want you guys to not explain rather, but just say a word that you guys can think about, like a word of encouragement to abantu that are going through difficult situations. Ho ho.
I'll go
Strong.
first. Heal.
Heal.
Like yourself and come first.
All right.
Be kind.
Kind.
Believe.
Believe.
Skate.
Now I've got 2 words for you. Tune in. Yeah, because after the break, there's
We'll
more of
see you.
Ekse.
CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.